Welcome to Scituate Harbor. It is Friday, August 3rd, the day before Heritage Days, and we are down here on the scene. As you can see, the stage has already been set up. We were hoping to catch these guys during setup, but maybe we can find them around the harbor, ask them how it's going, and we get the waves from everyone. Everyone knows SCTV out here. So yeah, we're just going to walk around and see what the people have to say about Heritage Days, see how they feel, if they're going to come down, and what they're looking forward to most about it. So let's go get it. We're here with Frank from Rocco's. Frank, how long have you guys been here?
Well, we've been here in Scituate. Rocco started the business here. He came from Cambridge, and he started the business in 1970. So we were on Front Street, and 14 years ago we moved out back here. And that's it. So Rocco passed away a few years ago, and as a matter of fact, we had a nice memorial bench for Rocco here. And right now we're sitting and enjoying the sunshine.
Very nice. Do you know when Heritage Days started, or how many Heritage Days you've seen while you were here?
Well, I've been here my 29th year, and I remember that when it started, I don't know, because it was here every year, but they used to do it in Front Street. On Front Street used to be just some vendors, and just Front Street was blocked off, and it was just on Saturday. And then one day rained on that Saturday, and they moved it to Sunday, and then from that time on, they decided to do Saturday and Sunday. And that's how it became Saturday and Sunday. And then from that time, it spread from like wildfire. You know, it went from Front Street. The music used to be on Front Street, but then I guess, I don't know what happened there, but then they moved on this street right here. I can't think of the name right, the street here. Excuse me. And then now that, of course, the music moved in the parking lot, and so it's just spread quite a bit.
Very cool. All right. How does it affect your business? Are you open on Saturday? Do you think it's busier or less busy?
Oh, it kills us. It kills us. Yeah, it just kills us. Kills us. Look, today's Friday, and look, I'm sitting here. I got, my barbers are inside doing nothing, but it is what it is. They help some people, help some restaurants, help some businesses. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help, some other restaurants here businesses. But like I said, it is what it is, and I'm not happy about it. But you know what? If I look at it, it helps everybody else. To me, and it does. We do well during the year, thank God. So it helps somebody else that they don't do as well, and this helps them. That's good. That's a good thing. Keep it going. I got some
Keep
more
it going.
stuff.
Think of some more. What else do we got?
Ask about Jerry.
Huh? Oh, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
The controversy.
Yeah. All right. So I was just saying, that it does hurt us, and one of the reasons it hurts us was Saturday we usually open up early in the morning until it gets chaos. People start getting bussed down here, and so we close around 11 o'clock on Saturdays, and we're thinking not to open at all. But we do a few customers early in the morning. But on Friday now, it really kills us because it's a parking. Parking is very scarce here. As you can see, everything is packed like sardines here. So many cars now, and it's tough. And that's what hurts us the most, I think, the parking down here for the Friday. The Saturday, it is what it is. It's like vendors and things and everything else. But like I say, I assume it's good for the town. Let's hope that keeps it going, and and it's going to turn out good turnout, and the weather will cooperate and do well.
Awesome. All right, we're here at Nona's with Christian Donahue. Christian, will you be working this weekend?
This weekend I'm working tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow night.
Have you ever worked at Heritage Days before?
Yes, not fun.
You think does it definitely get way busier in here? Or?
Definitely, probably by double.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of people, and not everyone's easy to serve.
Yeah. A lot of out-of-towners and stuff.
Oh
Do you think on Sunday when you're not working, will you be coming down to Heritage Days?
Probably be on the boat somewhere.
Yeah.
Stop by.
Yeah. What do you think's the most exciting thing about it? The music, the vendors?
Gotta go to the rides.
rides.
The swings.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the best part about Heritage Days.
All right, last question. Do you watch Scituate Community TV?
Of course I do. Ever since prom.
We're here at Dribbles. Do you know how Dribbles does during Heritage Days? If it gets busy or if it slows down? I imagine it gets busier. If it...
Yeah, it gets pretty busy. Usually we have to like prepare a bunch of stuff before. Yeah,
And are you from Scituate?
yes.
Yeah. Will you be going to Heritage Days?
Yeah, if I'm not working those days.
Yeah.
I'm on a couple of them though.
Do you have anything specific that you're like looking forward to about Heritage Days, like the vendors or certain shops or the rides?
Probably just walking around, seeing people from the town, listening to music, looking at the cool stuff that they have with the vendors.
Very cool. And do you watch Scituate Community Television?
On occasion.
We'll take that. Mill Wharf is making a stand. Nobody's parking in here. It's private. All right, we're here with Scituate's Drew Gorton. Drew, are you working this weekend?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, what days?
Sunday.
Just Sunday?
Yeah.
Think you'll be going down to Heritage Days on Saturday?
No, maybe. We'll see where it carries me.
Have you worked in Heritage Days in the past?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Do you think it's busier or do you think it slows down?
Yeah, I think it's busier. There's just more tourists here, but I feel like it's busy all summer really a lot. Yeah.
All right, cool. And what do you think's the most exciting thing about Heritage Days?
I think the most exciting thing is probably the bands. A lot of people like the bands there. Yeah.
Do you know any of the bands this year?
No, I don't.
Last question. Do you ever watch Scituate Community TV?
No, but I will start now that you mention it.
One new subscriber.
Channel 8, right?
Channel 8. All right, we'll take it.
Right in here.
Thanks, Drew. All right, Nico. Where are you from?
Braintree, Massachusetts.
Braintree, Mass. And have you ever gone to Heritage Days?
Yes.
Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to go this year?
Probably not. I mean, I'm working.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've heard some okay things about it, but then I've also heard some bad things. So it's kind of annoying.
The good and the bad always comes, but do you ever watch Scituate Community Television?
No.
After talking to the V-Mart staff, we found out that Scituate's own Mike Green will be running parking attendants tomorrow, kicking people out of the harbor parking lot and the V-Mart parking lot for people that are trying to go to Heritage Days. We heard he's in the store, so we're going to go find him. Stay tuned. We found him. Let's go. Mr. Green! What's up? I got a question for you. We hear that you are the parking attendant tomorrow.
Yes, I'm one of them. So yeah, it's gonna be 9 to 5, and it's gonna be, you know, the main goal is to keep open 2 rows of parking spots, because regardless of what people think, we are gonna be open tomorrow, and some people do come through because not everybody goes to Heritage Days. You know, a lot of people don't want to, or they just want to just chill out at home,
Right.
which is completely fine. I mean, either way, I'd kind of be down at Heritage Days. But what I'm basically doing is, like I said, keeping people out of just 2 rows of parking. The rest of the parking lot's completely open.
Cool.
So, yeah.
How does it affect your business, do you think? Do you think it slows down in here on those days?
Yes, it definitely, there's a huge dip during Heritage Days because, like I said, a lot of people are down at Heritage Days. Not everybody is. They aren't coming in making normal grocery runs, but there are, like I said, there are still people that come through.
Yeah, I feel like most people will avoid the harbor if they know about it and they're not going.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people do avoid the harbor, but I do end up having a lot of people try and park and sneak down. I did it last year. I don't know if you heard me yelling last year, but a lot of people think that if they don't make eye contact with me, that I'll just go away. That's not how it works.
It's not the case.
It's not the case at all, because I'm getting paid to, make sure that spots are open. And we're not asking for the entire parking lot. It's 2 rows of 10 parking spots. That's it.
Stay
and
away.
employee parking, but that's just because, people need to be able to get here. But the whole rest of the parking lot's completely fine. And it's funny because the amount of people who come in, they like pull in, give me a whole bunch of crap. They'll be like, oh, you know, I've got like 6 kids. And I'm like, listen, you can literally just move to the spot. You can pull through that spot and you'll be fine. You're outside of my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. Yeah,
Tough job.
it is.
Are you gonna make it down to Heritage Days at all, do you think?
Oh yeah, there's food trucks down there. I'm gonna get down there. Yeah. There was last year they had like pulled pork and bacon pizza. One truck. Totally gonna do that again on my break.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be nice. But like I said earlier, I'm doing 9 to 5 out in the parking lot, which means I'm gonna be missing the majority of Heritage Days, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But
It happens. You gotta work.
sacrifices.
Yeah. I feel you.
Gotta make rent.
Yeah.
Living in a house is a good thing.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Do you watch Scituate Community Television?
Still don't own a TV.
Still doesn't have a TV. All right. What is this setup you guys are doing? So you said it's for tonight. Is it live music? Or?
It is. It's live music. We started it a couple years ago. We do it every year to open up Heritage Days. Tonight we have Veer Hill playing, and then followed by the Aldous Collins Band.
Very cool. Okay. All right, and just the weekend as a whole. Are you working this weekend?
I am.
You think it's going to be? Does Heritage Days usually bring in more business, or does it slow it down?
Absolutely. All the people in this area love Heritage Days. It's a great time. Everybody enjoys the music. There's music outside on Cole Parkway, and then we have music here Friday night. Some of the local establishments surrounding us also have live music. So it's kind of all about music and arts and vendors out on the street and everybody getting together and having a good time.
Will you be taking part in any of the festivities when you're not working?
I pretty much work the entire weekend, so
Yeah.
no.
And what do you think is like the most exciting thing about Heritage Days? The vendors, the music.
I think it's fun to kind of shut the street down and people do some shopping up and down there. But it's really all about the music. They have some great artists that come in from all over the place. In years past, Steven Tyler has shown up. We had Dickie Betts a couple years ago. So they always have a good lineup, and it brings people out. Have a good time.
Awesome. And you know anyone this year's lineup?
I actually don't know the lineup outside this year. I usually find out the day of. It is posted online, though, at the Scituate Heritage Day website. So.
All right, and last question. Do you watch Scituate Community TV?
I don't, because I moved to Plymouth 10 years ago. So.
Well, it's a valid excuse. We'll let it slide.
We'll give you a pass on it.
Excuse me. Can I ask you a quick question about Heritage Days?
Oh God, about what?
Heritage Days?
Sure, I don't know what that is.
Where are you from around here?
I'm from Duxbury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, are you here for the weekend or are you just here for the day?
We just got lunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you know what Heritage Days is?
No idea.
All right.
It's this weekend?
Yeah,
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday.
All right.
Do you watch Scituate Community Television?
I do not.
I think this interview is over.
We're here on the back deck at TK O'Malley's interviewing Sarah, who is a waitress. And will you be working this weekend at Heritage Days?
I will be working this weekend at Heritage Days.
Okay, so is this your first time? Do you guys get a lot of business around then?
Yeah, no, it's not my first time. We get a lot of business around Heritage Days.
Okay.
It's usually pretty packed with the bar.
So you say it's like overall good for business around here?
Yeah, it's definitely good for business around here. Yeah.
And when you're not working, will you be going to the festivities?
Yeah, I'll probably see what shops are out there, take a look at all the Scituate apparel, stuff like that. It's really exciting.
Okay. Is there anything else we can ask? Oh, yes. So, do you watch SCTV?
I do, like, religiously.
Do you have a favorite show, a favorite program?
You know, I just watch all of them, mostly the ones directed by Mike Piscini. I watch a lot of those ones.
Thank you for supporting us.
No problem.
Thank you so much. So we're here on the TK's back deck with another employee. Could you say your name?
Cole Barrows.
Okay, Cole. So are you working this weekend during Heritage Days?
Yes, sir, I am.
And do you like working Heritage Days? Is it busy? Is there a lot of people in?
Of course I do. More money, more people. How can you complain?
Yeah, right, exactly. Will you be going out onto the harbor to check out some of the festivities if you have some time?
Yeah, if I have the time, I definitely will, for sure. It'll be fun.
And what do you like about Heritage Days?
Just seeing a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while and hearing the cool music, people getting all together. Really cool.
Do you know any of the bands this year?
I do not. I haven't looked into that, but I'm hopeful.
Okay, yeah. And lastly, do you watch Scituate TV?
Of course. Nothing like sitting down at home watching some good old Scituate TV, right?
Yeah, the Council on Aging. It's
Of course.
entertaining stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Best thing on TV.
And well, thank you for talking with us. Any last word about Heritage Days?
Go Sailors.
All right, here we are. We're at TK's again, and guys, can you just say your names?
I'm Siobhan.
Eleanor.
And are you from Scituate or are you from out of town?
Scituate.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, we're both kind of. I summer here.
Oh, okay, cool. So will you be going down to Heritage Days this weekend?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you look forward to the most about it? The vendors, the music?
The vendors. I like the pop-up beer bar. Yeah.
I remember when I was really little, I used to like climbing Lawson Tower and like ringing the bells and stuff. That was fun.
People forget that all those places are open this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People do sleep on that.
Yeah, they did.
Definitely slept on.
Play Mary Had a Little Lamb up
You
there.
can go up in the Lighthouse, too.
Yeah.
All right. And last question: do you guys watch Scituate Community Television?
No, I can't say I have.
I think my brother switched that channel by accident one time, and he watched like Wampatuck High School's like summer concert or something like that.
Super exciting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Scituate TV here, and we're here down in the harbor interviewing businesses, and we're here at the Scituate Music Store.
How are you today?
Good, thank you. Could you just say your name, introduce yourself, and how long you've been down
My name is Jerry McMorrow, and I've been here in the harbor with my store since I was in college. Started my shop in 1969.
Okay, so you've been through Heritage Days for years. You've seen it change a lot?
Well, it's changed a lot. In 1969, which was the first year we did Heritage Days, it was basically a little sidewalk sale. It was a one-day event, and it was about promoting business down here, getting people to come down the harbor. Over the years, it grew substantially. Started to have draw outside of the town. At a certain point in time, I became involved with the chamber officially doing the music. That was 1982, 35 years ago.
That is the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes. And we started to upgrade the music part of the event, and that started to produce magical results in terms of increasing the attendance. And the attendance had been skyrocketing and still continuing to grow until 2 years ago. And that was a point where the Chamber of Commerce, or the Chamber of Non-Commerce as we like to call them now, had a change of management, and the new management decided to fire me. Initially, they took away all the money for the music for 2016, hoping I would quit. But we hung in there for that year, did the best job we could with limited funds. I chipped in maybe $8,000 of my own money. I had other sponsors. But without having some nationally or internationally known performers on the bill, the attendance dropped immediately 50%. And the people that didn't show up are the key people that we're looking for, out-of-town customers. It's been determined very easily that people will travel for music. They will travel hundreds or thousands of miles to go and see shows with people they like. We had some women once that drove here from Ohio to see one of the acts. You don't have the draw, people don't show up. Last year, sadly, I was fired. The festival was pitiful. The music was pitiful. The attendance was just unbelievably poor down here. The sidewalks were empty. A lot of the crafters that I talked to didn't even bring in enough money to pay for the fee that they had been charged for their booths. And so attendance dropped more. My estimate very accurately is that we've lost 75% of our attendance in the 2 years that this new administration has been running this event. So that's sadly where we are at this point.
Okay. And so looking back, you've been running it for a long time. I see a picture up there. Do you have any like favorite bands that you've had in the past, or any bands you're looking forward to this year maybe?
Well, there's no bands out there I'm looking forward to. I mean, sadly, the big act they have this weekend used to play at the Bellboy down in the 1970s, John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. They can be seen any Friday and Saturday night down in Rhode Island. I don't think they're going to draw any of their fan base from Rhode Island to come up here when they can see them, as I said, anytime they want. And the majority of the acts on the bill this year are just the local bar bands, again, that have got very limited fan base. Most people don't know them. Sadly, we're not expecting much for attendance at all. In the past, as most people know, we were able to bring in every year some really well-known, famous people that have record airplay all over the world, people that have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we saw peak crowds of as many as 45,000 people over the two years event. Biggest crowd was a few years back when we had Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers and Leon Russell on the same Sunday billing. That was 2015. And we had approximately 4,000 people out there at showtime at 4 o'clock on Sunday. That was the biggest crowd we'd ever had here.
And back when you used to run the show, you had a lot of local kids helping you with the staging and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had a lot of volunteers from the community, not just kids, but adults. And they helped with construction, security. A lot of the young kids that had some interest in music were excited to be part of this because they get to see behind the scenes of how we put the whole event together. They get to see us build up the stage and the sound system, and they get to rub elbows with some of the celebrities and get some photos and autographs. And it was a great learning experience for a lot of those younger kids. They also used to get community service credits for that too.
So this year you'll still have the shop open. Are you expecting increased traffic a little bit, or are you doing anything special for it?
Well, I'm going to be in the store like I was last year for the first time in a long, long time, just tending to the customers. But again, the activity on the sidewalk out here last year was just, it was so empty. Usually there are lots and lots of people down here. It will be busier than an average Saturday without question, but we're not going to have the crowds that we used to have in the past. And I touched base with a lot of the businesses last year after the event, and everybody shared the same sentiment that business was terrible by comparison. They didn't see anywhere near the activity or the money spending. So this is something that's being widely felt by the businesses in the business community down here. This damage to this event, which from our perspective is 100% intentional, is hurting businesses, and therefore the Chamber of Commerce is actually working against its own business district and businesses, which is just crazy.
And in a perfect world, where would you see Heritage Days doing, and what do you think its potential maxed out could be?
That's a good question. I mean, we had been experiencing continued growth over the years, and from my perspective, we still had a long way to go because as much as the event had grown and so many people knew about it and loved it, I would still get people in my store during the course of the year that lived in Norwell, Cohasset, Marshfield, and beyond that hadn't heard about the festival, had never been. So you know that potential to increase the attendance was still there by quite a bit. And if the event grew enough that we were able to have more money available for promotion, you could do better advertising, and people would come here from, they have been coming here from all over New England, but a lot more people would come. People will drive from Springfield or Portland, Maine to see a show for somebody that they like, especially if it's free. So that's all untapped potential out there. But getting the word out is important, and you have to have the kind of bands on the bill to draw the people.
And what do you think is the most important thing that a good Heritage Days weekend has to offer for the town?
Well, the purpose of Heritage Days is and always has been about business, as I've mentioned, and it's about getting people to come here from out of town. And when they come during Heritage Days, obviously there's an immediate benefit to the business community because they will spend money. But they walk around, they look at all the stores, they go into stores, they go to the restaurants, they go to the crafters and vendors. They enjoy the vitality that the harbor is experiencing on that weekend. It's very overwhelming. And if they're music fans, they have a great time usually with the quality of show that we would put on. And they would leave and they would be astonished at what a fun time they'd had, what a fun place Scituate was. And the long-term benefit is that those people become our future customer base. And once they've been here, they will come back. They will take a cruise in the car on occasion during the course of the year and come down on a Sunday and go to the stores, go to the restaurants, do some shopping, so they become repeat customers of the future. That is the purpose and the importance of the festival. And again, if we don't have the draw and the publicity that goes along with it, with important entertainers, then those people don't know about it and they don't show up.
Any last word?
Go Red Sox.
Go Red Sox. And do you watch Scituate TV?
Occasionally I do. It's not my number one choice. I hate to tell you that, but...
Are you a Channel 8, Channel 9 kind of guy?
Not really. I usually would prefer to watch the Red Sox in season or, you know, CNN, other sporting events perhaps.
Well, go Sox.
You're on my list, but it's kind of down at the bottom.
Little lower. Hey, we'll take it. Thank you.